Yeah, I think we're ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Welcome in. Good morning. It is almost 8 o'clock here on the West Coast, closing in on 6 p.m. local time in Bahrain. Welcome to Bahrain as we get underway for the first race of the 2022 season. Defending champion Max Verstappen finds himself starting second here as a resurgent Ferrari have set the pace with Charles Leclerc taking pole and Carlos Sainz in third. Ferrari almost had the front row lockout, except for 6 thousandths of a second that Max edged out Sainz in qualifying. Frank, welcome in. It is the new F1 2022 season, the new era in F1, as the rules regulations have ushered in a bit of a slew of changes to the top of the grid. And for all those who usually join us for basketball, it is going to be a different side of broadcast here this morning as we go to the world of motor racing, our other passion. Frank, welcome in. This race is good. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I'm very excited. Mm, yes. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. This is not working. The hold on. Audio. Okay. What this scene did not work. Discord's. Why is this not right? Device. Headset. No. Fuck. Uh. Wait. I just added it twice. I fixed it on the Duke side. I did not audio output. Headset audio. Trying to. No. No. Hold on. That one is no good. Okay. Output capture, maybe. New source.
What we see tonight with Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc on.
Okay, try now.
Hello?
Yeah, okay, now it works. Holy shit. All right, yeah. Chat, you had it right. that was
There
scuffed.
you go.
Anyway, you're good. You were picking up the storyline with Bottas out qualifying the George Russell.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's just very interesting to be able to see across the board. You have Bottas being able to out qualifying Russell, basically Bottas showing to Mercedes, hey, you probably shouldn't have let me go, and you made a mistake here. But then again, Russell didn't get a clean lap. Well, he did, but he made a mistake. He didn't get a clean lap on the fresh tires in Q3, so that is one thing to be able to say. On top of that, I really wanted to give a hats off and congratulations to everybody at Haas. We all know how hard they've worked and how long they've actually been at the bottom. To actually see them moving up and going to Q3 and being competitive competitive is awesome. It's also very cool as being an American, seeing an American team that's not now sponsored by a Russian company doing well in Formula One. So the fact that now Mick has a car to show his true potential is very neat, and it's very awesome. I actually think the surprise team is Haas is going to end up like 4 or 5. I actually think they have the
That's the
car and they
call.
have the powertrain to actually keep them up there. The Ferrari engines are doing very well. As you can see, the Ferraris being on top, the talk of the table or talk of the paddock is basically the Ferrari and the Red Bull engines. If you bought those and you got a contract with them, you're doing well. If you have the Mercedes one, you're at the bottom, and that's very evident with the Williams and a few other cars, and just seeing themselves at the bottom. Now, the big thing that's kind of unfortunate is our McLaren friends. To be completely honest with you, it's actually kind of sad because when they were going at Barcelona, they were actually doing fantastic. And then suddenly out of nowhere, the second they got to Bahrain, the car did not know how to drive around the actual track.
It was
Ricardo also being out with COVID and missing testing didn't help. So it's a sort of, hiccup at the beginning, and hopefully McLaren can turn around. But either way, McLaren's fight is no longer with Ferrari. Ferrari's fight is with Red Bull, right? It's Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, the three of them at the top. McLaren now finds himself battling with AlphaTauri, Haas,
Alpine,
which is kind of embarrassing, and Alpine, right? So with the Alpine, surprisingly did very well. Yeah, it looks like the Racing Point and the Force Indias of old, but it is very interesting to see them do well. And we'll also throughout the race, we'll sort of call out and show you the different designs of these cars. As you can see here in the picture of the Ferrari, that side pod is extremely fat. It comes out and it allows the downforce to push down onto the car. And that's one kind of idea of how to use the side pods. And then you look at the Mercedes where they have almost one that is non-existent. So it's in that sense, it's going to be very interesting to see what car ended up doing better. In my opinion, the aero changes and all those things and the side pods, I do think they make a very big difference. But ultimately, it's the powertrain and the engine that's in these cars. And the Ferrari engine and the Red Bull engine, they figured something out.
Yeah, see, it's rather fascinating. We got the new regulations and we got 10 different interpretations of the rules, which makes this one of the more unknowns as we hit 6 o'clock local time there in Bahrain and begin our formation lap here. As always, jump into Discord if you need the race itself. Otherwise, here in the States, it's on ESPN and then on Sky otherwise. But, Fran, not only do the Ferraris look fast, they look beautiful. That new red livery, I mean, it looks like...
Yeah, there are some cars on there's actually some cars on this grid that look legitimately sexy. They actually look beautiful.
Gonna say,
the AlphaTauri looks out. I actually think the AlphaTauri looks unbelievable. I think they nailed it. Granted, it's a fashion company, so I hope they did it well. But the Haas without all the Russian logoing and the stuff on it looks really clean. I actually love how the Haas looks all white. Very clever too. Did you see what McLaren put on the hubcaps?
I did not.
So McLaren, the McLaren now actually has a sponsorship with Google. Google does all their data analytics and everything. So they actually, on the inside of the hubcaps, which don't get me started on the hubcaps, most absolutely disgusting things I've ever seen in my entire life. It looks like we're driving Toyota Corollas that have the spare tire on the front. It makes no sense. We're in Formula One. Why does it need to look this ugly? But they put the Google Chrome logo on the tires or on the rims, which is really cool. The different colors of it. AlphaTauri also painted them too, but I mean, they look so ugly. You might as well try to make them look pretty. I have no idea why they did that. I don't know. I don't think it's for aesthetic purposes. And I also don't understand how it's for performance reasons, right? Because if you put a cover over the brakes, it's just gonna make them hotter.
Yeah.
Right. So you're inting the team even more. So to me, it just didn't really. I just don't really understand the design aspect of that. Here's that's the Alfa Romeo that's painted the outside of them. That's really cool. But overall, yes, another thing that I wanted to touch on before the race starts, you can see that everybody's on softs.
Yes,
other than the rule change. Besides the McLarens.
This is a rule change for this year.
Yes, exactly. That whatever you qualify on, it doesn't matter anymore. You can pick whatever tire you want. You can do anything. Now, the thing that's kind of weird about that is if you think about it, if you're in Q2 and you tried to get into Q3, you pushed it with softs, right? So that means you're starting in the middle of the grid on softs and the people behind you were on mediums. So they would have an advantage to be able to catch you up. Now everybody has the decision to start on softs. So in reality, it's actually made it like less even, if that makes sense. It's given more of the advantage, which is weird because I thought we were always trying to make it more compacted together, but I personally don't really mind the change that much. I think it's fine. Then again, there's some other changes, how we officiate things. No longer do we have Mr. Massey in charge of things.
I love this
He
meme,
is
this meme from chat.
he has found
They said the Google tires when they fail will show the no connection dinosaur. That would be fantastic, actually. So yeah, that's one of the rule changes. 53 laps here.
One thing I want to point out on: be
That's really
careful of the pit stops.
Yeah.
All these teams have not practiced a lot of pit stops. They've actually complained that the tires are so heavy they get too tired. So there's less of it. They've had it, and here we go. This is going to be the 22 season start. I would love to be that guy with the green flag. What a shot he's got.
He's ready to go here. Frank, take it away into turn one. 53 laps at 5.3 kilometers each.
And we have lights out here in Bahrain. It looks like the Ferrari got off really well there. And it actually looks like Sainz is going to be able to cut off the move. Verstappen's going to be going on the outside to see if he can actually stop Leclerc. He's going to go on the outside. Leclerc's going to have it on the inside. Verstappen's going to find himself between both. Could he do the switchback to be able to get back on the other side? No, most of the players are going to stand by side by side. Checo is fighting with Hamilton there. And Checo and the Haas is even going up and further, and he's sending it right next to the check. You also have Magnussen trying to make the move right there on the Mercedes. So it actually looks like both of the Mercedes, are they going to touch? No, they don't. Magnussen is able to avoid Hamilton. The front is able to stay with with Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz, and then the Red Bull in fourth with the Mercedes behind it. Or no, the Mercedes made it up into fourth. Apologies, that was wrong.
Yeah, there's two Mercedes. George Russell has moved his way up. Russell is in
between both, and now you see an entire pack of cars on their own in the back. And here we go.
Wow. So a fantastic start. You know, I was going to ask for your race prediction, and
so Hamilton moves up, Magnussen moves up, Perez is the loser.
Yes. Part of me. So this race has never been won from anyone who started fourth or worse.
Here, Mick's trying to make a move here. He decides not to do it on Gasly, and Ricardo seems to just be smacking the Grant. Jesus.
Some porpoising back there in the back. We'll get to the porpoises in a second as the friendly animals have shown up here in the
Ferrari. Now we're probably going to see nothing's too crazy is going to necessarily happen in these next few laps, except you're going to see some DRS moves. I actually think Magnussen has the pace to get by Hamilton, to be completely honest with you, on a straightaway with DRS. He actually showed it. He almost had it there. The worst out of all of them is Bottas finding himself in 14.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a terrible
Which
start
I didn't really realize that.
The Alpha, who started fifth and has dropped all the way back. So the biggest loser there on the first
Aston's going to make a move here on the McLaren. They're going to go side by side, and the camera decides not to show it. And then now they do. And now the McLaren is squeezed between Nico and Stroll. Nice job by Hülkenberg there. Kind of crazy that Hülkenberg is actually outdoing Stroll, and he's never driven the car before.
Nico Hülkenberg starting in place of Sebastian Vettel, out with COVID issues at the moment. And so he is the replacement driver. Yeah, just like flown in, 3 days ago, 3-4 days ago to replace Vettel there. So I was actually, like I said earlier, this race has never been won outside of fourth, but I was just going to throw a flyer and be like, somehow Lewis Hamilton's going to win this race, even though I don't want it to happen.
Yeah, that he doesn't, shouldn't. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too.
Yeah, I feel somehow he's just going to win this race, and we're all just going to be like, okay, this whole thing about the Mercedes is just a total.
I mean, they do have less pace. I mean, that is an actual, it is true. They can't sandbag that much bad anymore. I mean, it kind of is shown. But I think for Mercedes, this start of the season is completely a damage control. And then throughout the season, they're going to need to figure out how to actually get up to speed.
Well, but the crazy thing is, if you don't do that soon,
right, you end up losing out.
You end up just losing all the points.
And here we should see the fastest laps. Everybody should be packing them.
Yeah, we're at a 137 right now,
which is about 5 seconds above what we were doing.
No,
5 or 6 seconds above.
7 seconds.
Yeah. It's a huge luck up on Mag's left.
Yeah, it is. We were qualifying down.
Checo's going to make the move here, and I think he's going to get him. Checo and Magnussen battling this out. Oh no, Checo's actually not going to be able to make the outside, but he's going to be able to get him back on the inside. Move.
Yeah, he pushes Magnussen out. Well, we wanted more wheel-to-wheel
Oh, they're
racing,
going
and
to
so far
go.
we have
Yeah,
it.
that was a good move there by Checo. Honestly, that was a mistake from Magnussen. Well,
Yeah, it was.
sometimes lockups are not your mistake or the car, etc. Right? But it's kind of
Do the
this is going to
brakes
be the
also
race
come for
start here.
Ferraris?
Wow, Bottas's car just doesn't start.
It
To
doesn't
be
get off.
quite honest with you.
Oh, he almost touched. Does he touch the Alonso there in the?
What
Maybe
happened with Checo? I don't understand.
he kind of just gets
Oh,
sucked
his
out.
car, his car. Yeah, he lost
Hamilton
the
pushes
rear
him
on that.
off.
He lost the rear, and then that's how Magnussen and Hamilton got got the jump on him. The Red Bull and yeah, they were pretty much even here. He actually got a pretty good jump. There's not much he can really do about it.
He actually carries much more speed into the turn than Charles does, although he has to go on the outside. So I suppose that makes sense. Exciting, I have to say, to see that like we have new folks at the top. I actually really like this the
Oh yeah, it's the best
unpredictability
part.
of the sport right now. So I do love the side pods there for the Ferraris, made with AWS, by the way. That's why McLaren went with Google, because they had their competitor go.
No, with AWS. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Here's Alcon. Oh, he actually does hit
He
Mick.
he does.
Oh
hit
my
Mick.
god, and he actually spins around. That's actually
That's
this is
so
nuts.
lucky.
If this is his view.
Oh my god,
Oh,
he spins
yep,
a full
just like nothing
360.
happened.
Wow, that's insane.
That is a ridiculous save. Oh my goodness.
Probably has to replace the back tires there, although that is now under
That is
investigation from the
nuts.
stewards. So, well, that's fun.
Poor guy. I mean, hey, he didn't really lose that much on it though. Verstappen radio. That's not good.
So
So
right
engine
now,
braking is where the car kind of slows itself down, and if that's happening when you're not expecting it, it's pretty miserable.
yeah,
It's like
right,
in electric cars you feel it even more, and these are hybrids, so you sometimes feel it too.
right now, let's say Lewis about 4 or 5 tenths off the pace from Leclerc, who's
Yeah, and
setting
I
it.
think these are some pretty good pictures here. If you're watching, you can actually see the design difference of the Ferrari that's in front of Lewis and see his car. And you'll see how the side pods don't arch out as much and they're more uniform and they stick to the car more at the bottom. Another thing to kind of point out and watch because of this new design, you see that it looks like all these drivers are literally going through speed bumps. Yes, Bahrain is an old track, but also porpoising is having a kind of terrible effect. And here is going to be Russell on Magnussen. Magnussen's taking the outside. Russell's going to take the inside. I think Magnussen messed up on the braking zone there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so describe porpoising.
So
For
basically
yeah.
porpoising. So as the car is pushing down and the downforce is pushing it down, the bottom of the car wants to basically, it's like a magnet with the pavement, right? So when it has enough force and it's staying down, it's stuck together, that's the ideal place where you want to be. When there's not enough force and that comes off, that's when the quote unquote magnets of the floor and the pavement kind of disconnect. And then once they get enough pressure, it'll go back. So it'll just bounce up and down, which is exactly what you don't want to happen. The teams have been trying to figure that out. They've tried different suspensions. They've tried different things. Red Bull has kind of figured it out even more. But porpoising affects cars, as seeming to affect cars that have a lot less or has less of the side pod mechanic.
Yeah, so the friendly dolphins are
Yeah, Mag just went in too deep. He never turned the car.
Yeah, either that or it's got a terrible amount of understeer.
Yeah,
Which
just
could be
didn't.
from the
It literally didn't turn.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate because he had a really good start and he did exceptional. And then on two mistakes there, I mean, I guess that's his welcome back to Formula One, right? You make two mistakes and you lose your spot, right? So,
yeah,
or you
Schumacher
lose your
down at
position.
13th is the other Haas. Although this is still higher than really any of the Haas's have been in the past several seasons. So Hamilton just following closely here with Perez, who seems to be warding him off. And then it's Russell. So your top six are kind of the usual suspects, as it turns out, between two Ferraris, two Red Bulls, and two Mercedes.
Make the no, Bottas stays in front. And Mick had to actually slam the brakes there before actually running into him.
It's curious that the Haas also have the similar side pod design to the Ferrari.
Wow, Ocon's taking the 5-second penalty for the hit. I'd have to see it again. I honestly don't like. He hit him. I don't know what else. Like he totally hit him. I just don't. I don't think they showed enough of the corner to really analyze if like there was a thing. But this is the new stewards. The three of them together have decided on a penalty.
That is true. That is true. There is no more
just single court of action anymore.
There's no more Michael Messi.
And shoot, I forget how to.
Guangzhou.
Yeah, Zhou. I wanted to say it how he wants us to say it.
I think. Well, that's how they.
Guangzhou.
Martin Brundle was saying it earlier.
Okay.
So, Zhou Guangzhou making his F1 debut, 20 podiums and 5 wins in F2 here as he suits up.
Some would say he may or may not paid his way into the sport, but criticisms all to their own.
Well, Stroll and
he did the same. So, yeah. Mazepin did the same.
Anyway, that one didn't end up so good.
That one didn't end up too well.
Yeah. But yeah, so we got on the Ferraris for constantly following each other throughout the latter half
That's the Alpines.
Of last season. Well, it's not really the Alpines right now. I'm looking at the McLarens down at 18th and 19th. The best part of this car is the livery.
Actually, yes, something's real. Like honestly, something's really wrong with that car. It makes no sense.
They even started Norris in 13th, and he's dropped back 5 spots, and they're on medium tires. They're the only ones not starting on the softs. Perhaps a wrong tactical decision there, or they're just going to try to one-stop the race.
Wang Zhao makes the move there on Mick and passes him. I think Mick is going to be struggling with his car from the spin. I feel like the tires aren't going to be great.
Yeah, I feel like
quite honest with
rears, basically.
And also the Haas uses the Ferrari engine, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the Romeo, they all use the Ferrari engine.
Yeah, which is why those look similar. But the Alfa Romeo is now slotting back into 13th and 14th.
They both had really bad starts.
Yeah, they did. They just
like their starts. I don't know if it's uniform between the cars, but were really poor. I mean, Bottas didn't even start out. Guangzhou didn't even.
What about Alex Albon here?
This is someone
12.
that we actually haven't talked about that totally should have, because it's pretty exciting. After being out for 18 months, he's back. I think it was around 18 months. He's back. It's the scary Red Bull number 2 seat, right? Where you're kind of Stroll and Norris are going to be reviewed, no investigation necessary. I like the new graphics, but it's that scary number 2 Red Bull seat where you're always under so much pressure because Max is just that much better than everybody else, right? It's sort of what happened with Pierre, where they they move up, doesn't work out, and then they're going to be pushed down into another team, and then he should actually hold on here, I think, to Bottas. We'll see.
Bottas here.
Yeah, I think Bottas may get him on this next one. He's going to try to go through the move.
He actually might be. He's being pursued by both Alphas right now, giving each other a bit of a.
Yeah, Mick's struggling. He has the Astons right behind him. I think there's definitely something wrong with that. But anyway, sorry. What I was back to saying with Albon, it's really nice to see him back into the into F1. He's actually, he's an exceptional driver. It's really difficult being in that second seat, and he's been doing really well in the Williams. Granted, he's about to probably be passed and squeezed by both of the Romeos, but he's doing a pretty good job. He's a fantastic driver, and hopefully the Williams car, they can figure it out. They've made a lot of changes. Prost coming in, new team principal last year. It takes time to have changes, and this is the coolest view in F1
from inside the helmet. Yeah,
it is quite nauseating, but
a little bit, I suppose, but it is kind of neat.
Zhou Guanyu. There we go. Zhou Guanyu.
Yeah. Yep.
And Kieran, hello.
He's got it for us. Kieran, yes, hello. Welcome back, everybody, as we've started off here this season. Leclerc in first, Verstappen second, Sainz third, Hamilton fourth, Perez, then Russell, Magnussen, Gasly up in eighth, running well, up 2 spots. Then the 2 Pink Panthers, Ocon and Alonso, and Tsunoda.
I want to call it Tsunoda because he didn't even qualify Q2, right? He
don't.
didn't even make it past Q1.
Well,
And
so
he's moved up
+5.
about 5 spaces or spots, which is really good for him. He also like I don't know if you watched the Drive to Survive thing
I
fully
finished
yet,
it. I
but
finished it. Yes.
yeah, which it's kind of it's kind of some interesting storylines they tried to make up there, and like I felt like I spent a year in Silverstone when I could have been watching other races, but I mean it's kind of ridiculous. But anyways, that for another day. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of rooting for him. I hope he does well. I hope he sticks to like the craft and like dedicates himself to it, because he was putting in some really good finishes at towards the end of last season and showing some really good improvement. It was exciting to watch.
I have to
He's a
say,
really good
I
racer.
would have loved for somebody to give me that workout regimen.
Oh, the
I would
Max
have.
Verstappen workout regimen.
Oh yeah. Well, we have pictures of them. We'll get to that. We'll get to that maybe midway through the race. What's up with Ashton? I feel like that's a football question from chat, because I don't know if that's a.
Ashton? I'm not sure.
I don't know if that's an F1. Anyway.
Oh, it meant Aston maybe.
Maybe
That's what he
Aston.
meant.
Yeah. Well, not too good.
Not great.
Not great. Well, Aston is actually another one of the teams that's had a problem getting.
Yeah, say it like Sean Connery. There we go.
Okay. Another one of the teams that's had trouble getting the porpoises under control. Apparently, Qatar's.
Oh, Checo's gonna make the move here. Maybe on the outside, but then he's going to get Lewis.
Nice.
And that is what Checo needs to do. Or maybe not. Lewis is going to try to come back at him on this one again. They've had history.
Shades of
From
Abu
one race to
Dhabi.
Another one. No, I think he should be clear
Perez
on this
is away.
one.
Perez is away.
It'll be interesting if Hamilton can go at him with the DRS on the next one, or he actually has the raw pace to stay out in front. But great move there by Checo.
Yeah, so the problem with the porpoises is that it doesn't let you focus.
It's really bad on the Aston Martins.
Yeah,
really
it is,
bad.
but it also doesn't let you focus on other parts of the car, because you don't know what else to fix, because your car is constantly doing this thing, bouncing up and down the entire way, like, down the straightaway.
Imagine, like, I don't know how else to put it, but like, imagine you're on the highway and your car is just like bouncing up and down the whole time, right? Like,
well, yeah,
if you wanted to like turn to the left, like, it's terrifying. Like, you don't want to drive a car. Like, you as a driver, it's like, I have no confidence in that. I would never want to do that.
It oscillates.
Joe Guan Yu on the
like
move there. That was a very nice move.
Like a waveform. So if you have this piece of paper, hold on, and it's doing like this thing, and it's like this wave is trying to do this with the back of the car, and so you're basically slamming the ground in this oscillation, and and the faster you go, the worse it gets. So you're just like you're literally like riding a roller coaster.
Yeah,
like a wooden roller coaster.
The AlphaTauri is really bad. If you watch Pierre's car, like his is tough,
which is
and also
odd
Tsunoda's,
because
they're really fast.
Yeah, but that follows the Red Bull build too. So
which is even weirder. But Max's car, I think, has the upgraded suspension that they don't have, I think, yet.
Yeah,
they're testing
fundamentally, it's
suspension.
a suspension problem.
Yeah, because if you could put a real suspension, right, it would just absorb it, and it wouldn't be a problem. But you can't do that in Formula One cars.
Correct. You don't have the suspension that your road car has, and so it becomes this like.
But they just haven't figured it out. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, some teams you just figure it out, some you don't, right? Yeah. And Aston's been that team. We even saw it throughout practice and all that. They just were kind of off the pace all the time. It just really wasn't. Then again, it's hard to see, right? Because clearly Stroll, like Hulkenberg, can do better than Stroll, and we also don't have Vettel. Whereas Verstappen radio, I really have zero traction. That's probably not great.
Actually, I was about to try to look at lap times here.
I was gonna say, when are they supposed to 14 to 24? Thank you. Mercedes is coming in to the pits.
Yeah, so Hamilton, because I was looking at Hamilton and Russell in 5th and 6th, and I was trying to figure out like what is the delta.
No, they need to send it. They don't have the pace. They need to go kind of on flyers, basically.
No, I know, but my question was more.
There's going to be a Hamilton pit stop. We'll see the new pit stop here. That was nice.
That was nice. How far is Russell off the pace from Hamilton, right? That was what I was trying to figure out, because at times he was only about 2/10 off.
Also, Lewis's car has the new under floor. George's doesn't.
Right. So that's what I was just trying to see. I was trying to see what the difference in the pace
Oh,
was.
I would love to see Bottas and Hammy go at it. Whoa, what the heck was
Okay,
that?
Hamilton's
Whoa, he almost didn't even hold on to it there. And Joe should go. Yes, nice job. There you go. Passing a 7-time world champion on your first race. Good job. But
Yeah.
his tires are literally ice cubes.
Well, so here's the thing, right? These cars not only are they wider, well, effective they're 2 meters wide, they're also heavier. 798 kilograms is the minimum weight in the cars, and they've complained throughout the season that it's harder to get the tires up to
Temperature,
speed.
yeah.
Yeah, up to temp. So
Yeah, he almost there again on that. He's a halfway. Look,
yeah,
he's literally on skates.
he has no traction here. Look at
Yeah,
the
he's got nothing.
understeer. Oh my gosh, is awful. So he can't even make it
He
through the
literally
turn.
can't even
Totally
drive the
misses
car.
the apex there.
You know what it looks like? It looks like Lando Norris when he lost in
When he
Belgium,
lost it in
right?
Sochi.
Yeah. It's like, or yeah, was it Sochi? Yeah,
It
he
was
just got
Sochi,
nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Can't even put the car down, put the power down.
That is scary.
And here you're talking about Crofty, them, they want to get rid of the tire blankets. If you got rid of the tire blankets, which I kind of agree with, I think it is kind of ridiculous. Here's Hamilton radio. No grip on this tire. Well, I figure we all saw that.
The tire blankets is in the little things that go up.
Yeah,
and
that they put
over.
on top before, which I mean, like,
Oh, you mean to keep them warm in the pits?
yeah, like, hey, you just have to, like, whatever the temperature is outside, that's the temperature of your tire, right?
Yeah.
We'll see how he does on this turn here. Yeah, he'll get him here. See if he can hold the traction though.
Better. Although he's really struggling to.
It still doesn't look fast.
Feels like it has a lot of understeer. Yeah.
I feel like Wang's or he's gonna get him with DRS on this one. Maybe. Oh no.
Maybe. The Mercedes a bit vulnerable.
I mean, he's
here.
not. It's not a great spot to be for Hamilton. You also have to pass Bottas in front of you, which we've seen is he's actually not that I should be surprised, but he's quick in the Alpha.
Yeah, it's about 2.8 seconds is the gap to.
Yeah, that's button
Bottas.
pressing passing there for ourselves.
Actually, you could see it on the straightaway. Actually, that
yeah,
behind,
you can see the porpoising.
Yeah, the behind
so
the car
bad.
shot. You can see how it oscillates. They were saying it was costing. Was it either 0.3 a lap or 3/4 of a second. Either two. 3/4 of a second would be extreme, but maybe it was closer to 0.3 a lap. Anyway, it was costing quite a bit.
Going plan B.
There is that Ferrari there with Leclerc. And we saw Ferrari kind of coming up through the latter half or the second half of last season, where they got more and more competitive. They made changes to the engine. They made changes to the power unit, to the battery, right within the car. We knew that
they had a new battery, right?
Yes,
I think that was it, or something like that.
Year.
They figured it out at the end.
And now, assuming that the Ferrari haven't juiced the horses in the stable, as they would say. This is looking very, very good here for the Ferrari.
It's not a bright red Ferrari as you typically would expect.
No, but I like
it's more
red,
of a
actually.
dark red. It's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, I like it.
As Albon has pitted 2.7 is a pretty good pit stop
That's
there for the Williams.
That's a good pit stop. You beat the Mercedes, but is he gonna run right into Mick?
The fun thing about the Ferrari, as you're saying, is this.
Yeah, Mick will go past.
This like dark red. If that were like actually a street car, like I'd buy that.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a really nice red. It's a beautiful
really
color.
Nice. Yeah, we have yellows here for something. No, we had yellows for a second, and we have Red Bull here. This is Max coming in at 14. It's a yellow flag in sector.
That's not bad.
1.
That's a 2.9. It's pretty quick. Sector 1, yeah, it was cleared though. Where is he gonna end up? He should
Sainz
end up
also
in
in
front
here.
of, oh, everybody's pitted.
Yeah.
Oh, literally the entire thing's, yeah, everybody's pitted. So it should just kind of reset the order. But the thing to see is where does Hamilton end up? Because he pitted earlier, right?
Yeah, tire difference, however. Look, Verstappen stays on softs,
Immediate.
Sainz stays on
Oh.
softs. They're not even on mediums. They're going for the two-stop race here. And Hamilton is on hard. So Mercedes has sent Hamilton for maybe a
For
one-stopper
like a longer.
as Russell has climbed up into third. They have not pitted him, and he's still on the softs.
So they
Plenty of different
send him
strategies here.
short, and then here's Gasly, I think, making a move here. I lied. That is not Gasly. I think
That
that's
is
Yuki.
That is Yuki.
He's-
Where is Gasly? Yeah,
Wait,
Gasly's in 12th. No, that is Alonso.
wait, that is
That is
that
Gasly.
is, yeah, that's him. Hamilton being team principal.
Oh, so my question here: when George Russell moves over to Mercedes, does his race engineer come with him, or does he get Bottas's race engineer?
No, you get Bottas's race engineer.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
get Ricky or whatever.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. It would be interesting if it like worked like that, but no.
Because
I'm pretty sure it's.
if Lewis were to leave Mercedes for some reason, does Bono go with him? Like,
Oh, Max is right on him, on Leclerc. No, he stays in front. Oh, he's got the DRS now. He's gonna be able to send it here. McLaren's just
I'm a little.
he's still on like Max has a warm tire ahead of Leclerc, right? One lap, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Leclerc did pit. I was a little confused on that.
How'd they make up so much time? Just straight pit stop?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't think we saw Leclerc pit.
No, they didn't show it.
They didn't
Like
show
they
it.
didn't show they didn't show us or tell us the time of the first
Right.
person in first, which is
DRS
genius.
again here.
He's gonna have DRS again on the straight, but I don't know if he actually can catch him.
That side pod is crazy. It's like cut out of the side there for the Red Bull. It's so fascinating. The
Yeah, it's
difference.
crazy. And
the
then like
side
the
pod.
Ferrari one is literally like like
Yeah,
I
but
don't even
you
know how
see,
to
so
describe
there's
it.
the floor of the car, right? And then there's the way that the side pod comes down and like widens. That
Yeah.
gap between the floor and the widening of the pod is extreme in the Ferrari. So like it comes, they come very close. The side pod is very wide. On the Red Bull, it's much narrower. They have a bigger gap to
He's gonna
flow
send
the
it.
air. And he is going to send it here to the inside. Woo! My goodness, there he goes.
Holy Jesus, he sent it. Let's see if he can hold it though. Leclerc's going to be able to
pass.
come right back at him on this one that he's got DRS too.
Oh my goodness.
And then Leclerc's going to be able to get him back on this one. I mean, yeah, this is fantastic racing.
This is the wheel-to-wheel racing we wanted to see from way back in the go-karting days. These two go back. These two go way back. And it's Leclerc that just comes back and takes his spot. Let's see if Max makes another run. This is exciting.
That was beautiful from Charles there. Got to give him credit to both. I mean, to both of them is fantastic racing.
Charles here thinking, you know what? I've got a car that can win a world championship too.
100%.
Yep. Move out of the way, Mercedes.
I mean, he sent the heck out of this.
Oh, yeah, the sparks were flying there. He's way late on the braking. You can kind of tell because the car goes so far down at the back, right? Whew. Took some pavement with him, too, while he was making
Yeah,
that
he
pass.
just... and then he gets him right back on it. Yeah, right here. Oh, it's close. That was good though. It's fantastic racing. I think they're gonna go at it again. No?
Well, you might have to take another lap to charge the battery.
Or did he use the overtake? Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I think you got to go another lap here.
Another lap to save it. Yeah. I don't think you can full send. I don't think you can full send like that twice.
Oh, he's gonna try it.
Never mind. It's Max Verstappen. He can do whatever he wants. Jesus. He's further ahead this time, but
Yeah, he is. He has a better
Charles is
exit.
right back on him again.
Oh my god!
And he's
these
gonna
two-
do the same thing again
Are
to
these
him.
two gonna go at it the entire race? This would be fascinating. Oh my! Leclerc,
And Leclerc gets him
retakes.
again on this move, and now we've lost the camera.
Wow. These two are just having
That's
a go at
crazy.
it. And like the rest of the field,
This
Carlos
is
Sainz is
awesome.
9 seconds behind. Oh, like it doesn't matter. It's just these two at the top right
And
now.
you also have to give them both of these guys credit. Like it's clean.
It is.
Like
It is clean.
They're not doing anything that's like ridiculous. They're not like it's clean. Like, well, yet, right? Until somebody gets pissed and does something they shouldn't. But don't want to speak too soon. It's been kind of clean. Like it's been really good racing.
Man, I want the radios from both teams as they're going at it. Oh man. Actually, Perez has the fastest lap right now at 136.6.
So if you're Leclerc, I mean, if you're Verstappen, why don't you just get super close to him on the straight and then send it on the second DRS zone? Or is that not possible?
Like not pass him on the start finish? Just kind of what they've been going on.
And that's exactly what Crofty just said. Yeah.
Leclerc's
but the problem is, I don't think he's going to get close to him again. Oh, he's going to send it again, dude. He is nuts, man. And he has a massive lockup.
Oh.
There goes that tire. Yeah.
That was a mistake.
To be quite honest with you, he's being way too stubborn with it. And I don't think he should be doing that.
That was a mistake.
Yeah. I still, I think he should be trying it on turn 4. I don't think he should be trying it on the first one. We've already seen that the Ferrari can get right back at him. Like he's losing too much.
Yeah,
to be
now
able to actually even passing.
Now he's kind of stuck because now he has.
He's kind of screwed.
This tire issue here.
Yeah.
And yeah, after the lockup.
Like I don't think he should keep sending it on this one.
Well, the problem is he's slightly overestimated the speed. Oh man, at which he would be going into this turn, I think.
Nah, it's not good. That's not good for him. But I guess in his head too, it's like nobody else. I'm not racing anybody else, right?
Right. There's nobody else to race right now.
Yeah,
I guess, 8 seconds behind these two.
Like,
and
everything else is just sort of like status quo.
Like they pitted at the same time. They literally pitted right behind each other.
I mean, if they do this again, they're gonna just pit, right? Like they're gonna do the same thing, and then in 20 laps they'll go back on softs.
Right. No. What I'm saying is Sainz and Max pitted at the same time.
Oh.
And unless that was actually Leclerc and not Sainz, but I don't think so.
Oh, interesting. The team told him that was his only shot. Because of the brakes. Here is Guan Yu Zhou on Lando with the DRS. And Zhou Guan Yu, yeah. And then, yeah. Unfortunate day for Lando.
Yeah, this is going to be really rough. I mean,
and that's a really bad lockup. Oh my lordy.
He's got 2 flat spots on that tire.
Unless maybe it was just slow mode for longer, but that was bad.
Nope. He's got 2 flat spots on that front left there, does Alonso. Yeah.
Perez dropped the fastest lap, actually.
It's just curious how the leaders have gotten so far ahead.
Yeah, they spread so much that those pit stops totally just pushed them apart.
Yeah.
Leclerc radio. Yeah.
It sounds just like Drive to Survive.
Yep.
Who's the one? Is it Adami or Spidini? Spidini? Which one of the two? I can't.
I forget which one's his. And then here is going to be a Haas making a move on the vulnerable Lando. Nice job by Mick there. That'll
But see,
make
the
Gunther
livery
happy in
looks
this.
pretty good. The livery
Which
looks
one?
pretty good on the McLaren. That's
Oh
about
yeah, I think it actually looks pretty
the
good.
only
I
good
saw
thing
that.
going for them right now. At least their car looks good. But yeah, next season's Drive to Survive is going to be literally the season couldn't have started worse for McLaren.
Yeah, it's gonna be an entire hour on it. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
it's going to be an entire hour on the struggles of
Jeez,
Daniel
waste.
Ricciardo and Lando Norris and McLaren.
It's like interesting, but it's like
And
there's
Zach
way
Brown,
more
that's really
interesting
going to be
things
the
going on,
entire
and
thing.
I can go into so like you didn't even see Alonso battling Hamilton to make Ocon win. Like don't even get me
that's
started.
true. That one,
It was
that
ridiculous.
omission was really bizarre. I thought.
It was just like one of the best. I was literally one of the best parts of the season.
Like you
Like, it
could
was
have,
one of the best battles all season.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it just
You could
wasn't.
have thrown in at least like a minute of like those 3 to 4 laps of like
Yeah,
how
you just put
Ocon
the
was
laps
able
for
to
2
get
minutes.
sprung, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was very disappointed by that. I was like, it's like, come on.
I actually didn't mind focusing on other drivers. I thought that was actually fine.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but like you never saw Vettel. You never saw. I don't know.
well, I don't
I
know if
thought it
they
would have
did
been
it or
cool.
not, right?
Oh yeah, it's true.
Like they may not have done it, but like honestly, the stuff at Aston Martin not really that interesting.
Yeah, I guess
Obviously,
it's
you
not
weren't going to
interesting.
see Kimi like Raikkonen was never.
But
gonna
also,
do it, like
Lando and Ricardo don't not like each other. The show made it seem like they were like rivals.
I
They
don't
don't
know.
have a problem with
I
each
don't
other.
know.
I
It
don't
doesn't
think they have
seem
an
like
issue
from
with
their
each other.
social stuff that they do with McLaren that they have a problem with each other. But
They seem very friendly, to be quite honest with you. Like, I don't think there's an issue. I feel like both of those guys get along with their teammates very well. Like Lando always got along with Signs. Like, yeah, I never thought it was an issue with that.
anyway, I don't know. Although,
So
like,
I think what we're sorry, go ahead.
no, like the stuff that they said though, like was true. Like you can't make the stuff up about like the sympathy stuff. Like was in the media. Like that
Oh,
was.
yeah. But he doesn't mean it in like I think it's just overdone for the dramatization of the show, and that is quite the speed bump there. Oh, it's a lockup on the inside right there for
Yeah,
Bottas.
we're seeing plenty of lockups actually. You know, probably with the heavier cars. You know,
I wonder if
interestingly
it's
enough,
the tie. Yeah, I wonder what the actual issue
you think it's a Pirelli issue?
is. It a tire? I don't know if it's
Huh,
because if they're.
could be.
I think it may be well, Pirelli's just going to blame that the cars are heavier, right? Like it's just going to go in a circle anyways. Like all these arguments are so circular, but I don't really know what it could be.
The interesting one is that these cars would have a lot of
Then again, it could be
trouble.
the track,
It could be the track.
right?
These
Like
cars would have a lot
I
of trouble
forget
on
what it was.
curbs because of their weight. We don't actually race in Qatar this year. Had we gone back to Qatar, I think it would have been a fascinating race because we saw how much at least
Oh,
two
was
cars
that when
get
they
destroyed.
attacked? That was the curbs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
get
these
fucking
cars would have
destroyed by
literally be
curbs.
broken.
Yeah. So like,
And this track isn't even that bad though. That's what you're saying. Like there's other tracks later
Right.
on that are awful. Like these cars are gonna break in Monaco. Like that's a street.
Max can't that stunt in Monza there at turn 1. If you thought Max's car was flying last year,
Yeah,
if it
these
happened
cars-
this year, it would have gone to another level.
Yeah, I mean it's unbelievable, to be quite honest with you. Also, pretty interesting thing. So the only person that can actually use the number 1 is the previous world champion.
Is that actually a rule?
Yes.
Really?
It does not happen because Lewis always kept his 44, but Max decided to take the number 1.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know
Shout
it
out
was
to Reed.
like an actual rule, but that's cool. As Max has kind of fallen off the pace here a little bit. He's 3 seconds
Yeah,
behind.
it's the brake problems. They've had
Yeah.
problems with how the temperature on the brakes. And also it looks like all these teams have adopted the Mercedes I'm going to add some aero pieces onto my mirrors.
Yes, Mercedes trying to make the mirror struts,
which
pieces
I'll
that
be
come off the
completely
body,
honest with you,
to
I think
aero
is
pieces.
ridiculous. I think everybody should just all have the same mirror.
You would think, right? Although some of
Like
them have
I feel like
one
that's a very
support-
standard. Wow, that is Rick. I feel like that's a pretty standard
component.
I don't know. Yeah. Then again, I guess you could say like, oh, you always want to push it to the limits and like develop R&D. I don't know. I feel like it's a standard thing. Like, like
It's a
The
mirror.
halo is standard. The mirrors are standard. I don't know. I feel like certain parts of the car are just basic, right?
Yes. Okay. So we're here on board with Carlos Sainz, right? So you see how his mirror is coming off to the left and the right.
The smooth operator is
Thinking about, wow, 3 stops.
um
If you have a
picking his
similar,
own.
if you have a similar look at the Mercedes, you will see that the Mercedes mirror has airfoils that stick up
Yeah.
out of the support strut that comes off of the car.
And you know who raised it? Of course, Mattia.
Mattia, yeah. The Ferrari complained about this.
Obviously.
I do love though that all of Mattia's things in DTS were all in Italian.
All in Italian.
I
Yeah,
love
he does
it.
that
I
on
love it.
purpose.
I
They
know he
definitely
does
do
that on purpose
for
because
the brand.
Martin Brundle.
100%.
There it is. There's the good view of the
Yeah, you can see it.
of the mirror. And you know what? It's not even on the mirror strut. Mercedes has literally extended the
Yeah,
side
extended
of the
the
car.
mirror.
Yes.
Yes.
And put those aerofoils there. But yeah, the Mattia one, I love it because he talked to Martin Brundle in English today when Brundle was
Yeah,
doing
he
his
speaks
pit walk.
English totally
Yeah,
fine.
I know.
Yeah.
It was just so funny.
Just for the brand.
It's part of the brand. Oh man.
Wait, is this something that I haven't seen on other cars or that I haven't noticed? On the wing covers or on the wheel covers on this Romeo, they're cut. Or is it like that in every
It
car?
looks like it has a slot in it. Yeah,
Is it like that on every car or have I not noticed?
We'd have to look at another one, honestly. I haven't paid it that close attention to the slits there in the. You may notice it because
I thought it was uniform.
it has some branding on it, and the other ones don't have like a sponsor on the on that.
I thought they were all uniform, like one. I thought it was just like one piece with no cuts or anything. I guess
Well,
so.
it could still be one piece.
Well, yeah, I mean, without any like air, I guess it would be kind of smart. You can get more airflow into it to cool brakes, but
So Russell.
no, that one's not. So if you look at the AlphaTauri, it doesn't have a slot.
Yeah. Okay. So they're there's
So
differences
you can
there, too.
change. There's differences in that. Interesting. I wonder why, but
George Russell's last lap a 10th faster actually than Lewis Hamilton. So it looks like between Russell and Hamilton, they've figured out how to kind of close
what's the
that
gap? Checo's gap to Sainz has been kind of.
That gap is staying at about 2.7 right
No.
now.
No, he's like slowly there, but not really there. Oh, guess whoa! Was that Sonoda?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonoda went super wide there, and I'll be honest with you. If Bottas hasn't moved the car there, I think Sonoda hits him.
Norris in the pit lane, a 2.4 stop
Yeah,
for Lando.
That was a little naughty.
That was a little naughty.
Yeah, I mean, Bottas
Oh man.
should get him here. Here's Ocon probably going to pass his. Well, I don't really know what you do about that.
The two Force Indias right now, both in the points there at 9
They're
and
not
10.
Force Indias.
Sorry. Oh my God.
Season. They all look like them, though.
They look like the Force Indias. Sorry, the two Alpines. I don't know even why I thought about that, but
I mean, it's exactly. It literally is the car. Like it looks exactly like the car.
It's the
So
same,
don't worry.
It's the same livery. And it's the same like BWT sponsor on
It'd be the
wings.
same T, which I still don't know what that is. What is BWT?
My guess is probably a grocery store, but I could be right or wrong.
Company. Water treatment company.
Oh, water treatment. British water? No, they're French. They can't be.
Europe's leading water technology company.
All right,
Austrian manufacturing. I didn't know you could choose between competitors. I thought it was just like a.
There you go. Oh, they have
It's
a
something new
little
every
water
day.
drop at the start that the pit crew is wearing. Okay, now it makes sense. There you go. That works.
Can he get him? Nope.
Yeah, Sonoda has climbed.
See, yeah, this is really interesting though. This is another design feature that I've totally not noticed that teams have changed. Is the
guards,
the
wheel
arrow
guards.
piece? I don't know what you just wheel arrow pieces. I'm not sure what the technical term is.
All right, what do we have here on timings? This Verstappen is continuing to lose time actually to Leclerc. 3.8 right now is his gap.
Albon and Alonso here battling. Alonso's trying to reel in the Williams car here.
It's actually been a pretty good race for Alex, I would have to say. He's kind of been,
Hasn't been bad. He started
oscillating.
up, but he's kind of. I think Alonso's going to send it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Alex has been going between 12th, 14th, now in 15th, but he's decent. He's got decent pace in that car as far as
It's
it can
all. I
go.
mean, but it's also the Mercedes powertrain, right?
Yeah.
So it's
True.
it's not as good, right?
Russell and Hamilton in 5th and 6th. Russell about 5 seconds behind his teammate.
Is McLaren the new Haas?
Is McLaren the new Haas is the question we have to ask ourselves. Lando Norris has been put onto the hard tires. That'll probably be his final pit stop, would be my guess, as they try to take a flyer.
I could see Gunther walking over there being like, "Hey, now you know how it feels."
Oh my God, what a troll! Magnussen still in 7th, actually running pretty well. Although the other Haas of Schumacher down
Here's
in
the
13th.
Alonso move. Oh, interesting. So the Alpines have this as well.
The Alpines do have
The
that,
slits and the aero covers there. I feel like these cars compared to last year, the wings are more up, right?
Yeah.
They're not as low to the ground.
They
if that
definitely
makes
look
sense.
wider.
Verstappen radio. Yeah, I mean, you absolutely destroyed the tires in the first 2 laps.
It's so
Max.
interesting. You gotta wonder if the extra weight of the cars is just, exponentially killing tires.
Just beats
here.
the tire.
Yeah, just like beats them into the
Well,
ground.
this is what we were saying before, right? Hamilton's
Hamilton's
on
coming in for another
mediums
stop
now.
On mediums, so he went.
3.9. That's a slow stop comparative to the other times, to be honest. We've been seeing sub threes. So
Okay, so I'm doing math. His
I think
hards
Magnussen's gonna
lasted
be able
16
to.
The 12s, so the softs that he started on lasted
Hamilton
12
radio
laps.
probably complaining about the pit stop. He wants to go to the end of the race on this.
I'm not so sure. So 12
I'm not
laps
sure
was
that's gonna work.
Was the soft that he started.
Also,
on.
when Magnussen pits, it's gonna be very close.
16
If Magnussen has a good pit stop, this was a bad pit stop. So if Magnussen has a good pit stop, he may be able to get him. Yeah, that front left took way too long. Got to hit the gym, buddy.
Yeah, 16 laps was the hards, and now he's
Is
got
McLaren
mediums.
trying to make a move? Hopefully the car doesn't fall apart. No, didn't work.
You have to go. You have to go 28 laps. And
Yeah. So when you were talking about the Williams and Albon, I think the problem with this car and what they're gonna run into is that the car itself, race pace wise, over 57 laps is just not that good.
Yeah.
But they can quali on it. They still haven't really developed, I think, the full race. Like, it sounds weird, but they haven't developed like the race car per se. But they can quali and they can get decent performance out of it still. And I think that's going to be the mission later on.
As Ricardo makes a move on Latifi there and moves himself up into 17th. But yeah, I don't know how you make the end of the race on mediums when the first
I don't.
two.
That's 27. That's 28 laps.
Yeah, no, it's
a lot.
It's,
I think if you're Gunther and you're sitting there, that's an opportunity.
I mean, we're only halfway through the race.
I know. Right, yeah, exactly.
So and you've already changed. You've already changed twice.
I'd let Mag go chase him for the last 5 laps, right? Like, why not on softs? Send it.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like
nothing
bit of
to lose.
Three-stopper right now. We'll have to see when the other folks decide to come in. Now, Lewis did come in.
Have we ever had a 3-stop race last year?
No, I don't think
so.
No,
right? It was 2 max. 3 was unheard of, right?
I don't remember a 3-stop race unless there was.
I don't remember it either.
Maybe Spa.
Maybe technically when it rained, yeah. Or there was yellow flags, maybe.
It was a disaster.
Yeah, but full on, I don't think there ever was a 3-stopper.
To be honest, I don't remember Bahrain from last season. I know we did it, but I don't remember it. It was one of the first races.
Lewis, it was boring. Lewis won, I think.
Yeah.
He just had the faster car. At a certain point, though, I'm
I think
going to
Max won it.
expect Max. No, he
No?
didn't. He didn't win the first.
Oh.
Lewis, wait up. Here's Leclerc radio. Medium, most likely them. It'll be. Wait, this is interesting. I didn't know about this. Did you hear about that? I didn't know that. That
No, I
Red
missed
Bull
it. What was
had a
Crofty saying?
so Crofty was basically saying that Red Bull had a very aggressive very aggressive campaign of taking the Mercedes engineers. And like a
Oh,
lot of the engineers in Mercedes have left and they now work for Red Bull.
that's hilarious.
So he was basically saying like, has that impacted anything or anything like that? Nice stop there for Tari for Sonoda there. 2.7 was nice. But that's just competing. Hey,
Yeah.
if you're gonna offer the engineer 100K more, I'm sure he's gonna take it. Or Mick running into trouble there with the Alpine, and then Verstappen is in the pit. We should be seeing it hopefully shortly. Let's see. It felt like the left was on for too long. Yeah, it's slower than the last one. 3's not terrible, but it's not great.
And he's on to mediums here, so 31. So he went 17 laps on that one. Okay. 17 laps on that soft. Yeah, there's no way Hamilton makes it to the end. Max is not good at
Yeah,
going
not good
slow.
at going slowly. Yeah. Leclerc, Ferrari, he's going to box. So this is the gap, right? Do we see them kind of meet?
Yeah, so it was about 4 seconds before they went in. It was a 3-second pit stop for Verstappen. So
If Leclerc's pit stop is anything above 3 seconds, he may be in danger.
yep. Although we have to it depends if this outlap, if he's really throwing the hammer down here.
He's not going easy on the tires. He just dropped the purple.
He's just dropped a purple. Well, there you go.
Sector 2, yeah. What does he do in sector 3 though? It's crazy. The body of the Ferrari is like.
He looks like a stingray.
I was trying to.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like, but it looks like something, and that is a great pit stop from Ferrari.
It is
2.5.
Wow.
That's lights out.
That is clean.
He's gonna not even be close.
Not even close.
No shot.
Well, 2 seconds, 1.7.
Maybe he gets him here on DRS in turn 4, but I don't even think it's gonna be close enough.
Well, Max has 1 lap worth of heat in those tires. Leclerc can't
so
really
he can
push
get him
it.
on maybe the next one. We'll see.
He's got 1.095.
Put it this way: that pit stop saved Leclerc's life.
It did, because if it was half a second slower,
if it was half a second slower, he's in trouble. Yeah, yep. He's in a lot of trouble. And if Red Bull's was 2.5, Max is cooking too, right? Either way,
right
Verstappen radio.
Other, yeah. Wow, that's such a Max radio communication. Twice that I've taken it easy on the outlap that I should have been in front. Never again. Oh my god. Oh, there you see. There's the Mercedes coils.
It's very easy to see there. Actually, that's a nice move there by Lewis.
It literally looks like a compressor
blade. It's literally not. It's not connected to the mirror.
No, it's not connected to the mirror at all.
It's not. It's literally not. It's part of the. It's yeah.
It's literally part of the car. And having worked in,
I think it's ridiculous.
In aero stuff, it literally looks like part of a jet engine, like the compressor blade of a jet engine. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're trying to basically generate lift off of the freaking mirror platform. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Here's Mag and Mercedes. I think Hamilton should be fine here. He'll easily get past Magnussen. It just looks so uncomfortable to drive.
You're gonna have really support there in the seats.
My God, my back would be broken after
Yeah,
this
yeah,
car
exactly.
ride. Jesus. But can Mag get back on him? Nah, I don't think he's got the pace on this.
It's 2.4 right now. He's dropped back. But at least he doesn't have flat spots on his tires.
It'd be really interesting to see what Max's lap on the out lap was, and like if he did a normal lap, how close he would have been. So, well, I don't think he's saying Haas maybe left him out too. I don't think Haas knows what to do in these situations. It's been like literally
they find
3 years.
themselves in the top 10. They're not sure
Yeah,
what to do.
I have no idea what to do. Here's Max Radio. This is going to be. I would love to hear what he said
You
after
are
that.
free to push.
I would love to see what he said.
As Sainz and Perez now come in, so Sainz got 20 laps out of that.
So these are the
That's
fight for podium, I guess. Fight
34.
for third. That was a great stop again from Ferrari. Wow.
The Tifosi are going to be very, very happy, man. I'm telling you, Ferrari has something cooking here in 2022.
That's a wicked pit stop. Yeah, the Williams is kind of slowing signs down here. Actually may give Checo a nice spot, nice opportunity, maybe make a
I was trying
pass.
to get a look at those tires there in the Mercedes pit. If they looked really worn, they didn't. It's a slow stop though, 3.2. It's even slower than the Red Bull stop.
Yeah, honestly, the Mercedes stops haven't been very good. Wasn't it them? They had the 3.5 on Hamilton too, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's been over 3 seconds on it.
As we've cycled
is
back up
strange.
to the front, so we have Leclerc.
Yeah, it's reset everything.
Yeah, Leclerc and Verstappen back up front. Although it looks like Perez and Sainz have gone 3 more laps on that second set of tires. So my guess, okay, so they went 16, 17, so 48. So you basically stop lap 48, 49, and then you go 8 laps to the finish on softs, essentially, is what this is looking like for the top teams, at least. And right now, the top teams, at least Leclerc and Verstappen, are safe from Hamilton in 5th.
Yeah, they can't get touched by the.
Right. So even if they did stop again, the gap between Hamilton and Leclerc is 29 seconds right now, and the pit stops have been about 25-ish.
Oh, they're getting close. That's a good move there.
Yeah.
Is Sainz stuck behind those back markers?
Sainz is 3rd. What do you mean stuck behind the back markers?
Or like not stuck, but the Williams and the other ones are like in that shot. I can't tell if it was at the back of the pack or not. Here's going to be a Haas pit stop. Let's see how. Do we get a happy Gunther? Not really. That was a poor stop.
The only cars that are down a lap, so Lando Norris right now is down a lap, and that is 17. So that's where the lapped cars are. So both McLarens are on
Hamilton radio.
Are a lap down.
Some track limits thing. Gasly's going to make the move here. Does. Shub.
Yeah, they were actually a little
lax on the
track limits and quality. Although they did delete Joe Von Joe's lap, one of the qualifying.
One of them.
laps.
I think he was the only one.
Yeah.
I guess welcome to Formula One. Oh, he is. Magnussen has pressed mode push.
Oh, there you go. That is very clear.
That's actually kind of cool. I never. It looks pretty annoying to do. You have to take your hand off of the steering wheel, kind of, and like press it.
You'd think you could just like hit it with your
Like
thumb, right?
click a button or something. Yeah.
That mode push not really working here for K-Mag.
Maybe I'm assuming on the straight, maybe we'll get him. Why do we not? I need to see where everybody is. Where they're fighting P. It's P9 10.
Yes.
Wait, but oh, Bottas and Guangzhou still have to pit, which will move them up back into 7 and 8.
Yes. So right now I'm kind of looking at the live map. Like Leclerc and Verstappen are basically in a totally different
Their
sector
own
of the
race. Then it's Perez and Sainz on their own.
Hamilton's on his own thing. Russell is on his own thing. Then Bottas,
Oh, the lockup again.
Joe, Magnussen and Gasly.
Oh, I think he may gonna the DRS on the outside, and he is going. See, this is what Max should have done.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have a chance. Like the person doesn't have a chance of actually catching up to you for the full lap, right?
Right. So it looks like you have the opportunity on the start finish, that turn 1, and then you have another opportunity then to counter the move when you go into turn 4, which is what Leclerc did twice.
So I think that was smart. I think that was smart by Mag not to fully like he messed up. So I don't know if he like intentionally didn't make the move here, but actually really wasn't that bad of a lockup. But he goes so deep into that in turn 1 every time. But I feel, yeah, I feel like it's so easy to pass someone here.
Yeah.
With the DRS, I would almost say you got to get rid of DRS there, because I feel like you've taken enough momentum and slipstream that you may not even need it. It's almost too easy to repass. But never know.
It's a good looking Ferrari there, as it's been 45 races since Ferrari has won a race, all the way back to 2019 in Singapore. And it was actually 15 years since Ferrari started on pole for the first race of the season. So a long time of history trends being broken, I suppose.
Bottas with a 3.1, not bad.
20 laps left in this race. Looking ahead, next weekend we go back to Abu Dhabi, the scene of the
do we really?
Championship. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that not at the? Oh, so I guess they reversed it.
Well,
because didn't we end there?
Yeah, we ended there. But it was not supposed to. Like it wasn't.
Or was it not supposed to end there?
Well, actually, oh wait, no, hold on. I have it wrong. No, you're right. It does end in Abu. It was Jeddah. We go back to Jeddah. My mistake. We go to Saudi. Holy moly.
Wow, that was, yeah.
Yes, we go to Jeddah.
Not the smartest idea there.
The Jeddah.
Jeddah is the scariest track.
Oh yeah, that one's a great one though. That's
that track. I'm surprised I'm if they haven't made changes to that, I'm surprised, because that track is pretty dangerous.
Fantastic.
I'm not gonna lie. That track is crazy.
And then there was the infamous brake test.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It feels like yesterday, kind of.
It does. That was the second to last race. Yeah. We got somebody into the pits. That's
I think another Romeo, no? I think they're the only ones who have pitted twice. Then Ocon's probably gonna pass Alonso here.
Team orders to swap the cars, perhaps.
I feel like anybody who gets a DRS, you just kind of like let him go in front, right? Because I feel like Alonso will be able to pass him. Yeah.
Interesting. When we finally got the side profile there of those Alpines, I feel like their side pods actually start farther back in the car than the other ones. Like
compared to the other ones?
Yeah, it looks like there's more of a gap.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. They needed to fit the map free sponsor.
Yeah. Exactly. You can see you have an entire sponsor there. And like I feel like the other ones are farther up.
Oh yeah, this is the pass.
Yeah, but
that's
this is
nice.
just the teammates.
Yeah,
that
but
they're
it's just, I mean, they're not gonna fight each other,
right.
or they shouldn't at least, right?
And then how it like comes back, like it
Yeah,
comes
it's very
down in
interesting.
the rear, right? It comes down where the
It
Ferrari
must
ones
have been
stay
so
up.
interesting to like watch this all in the wind tunnels and everything to
Yeah.
just have it like how they all ended up deciding
All
that.
this because you see this look at the Alpha one. This
It's
has a
way
very
in the front.
gradual slope that tails off in the back, right? Whereas the Alpine one comes right down. It's like you're coming off a hill, and you see even the Aston one, that side, that goes all the
The
way to the
Aston one
rear
is
of the
more
car.
rectangular.
Yeah, and it goes all the way to like almost to where the back wing support starts. So, and then we're gonna get another good look here. Yeah, see that the
Yeah, the
Ferrari
Ferrari
one.
one's even thicker. That yeah,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
really weird.
it's
It's really
wild. It's
interesting.
wild. I love this.
It's very interesting because they all do the same thing and they're all given the same set of specifications and they all maximize different ways.
Yeah, yeah, but the aero engineers that made their money this season because they went
Or
back to their
lost their
engine,
jobs.
or yeah, because they had to go back to their engineering textbooks and really run the simulations because they have
What
come
the
up with
heck?
very, very different designs. Yeah, see how there's like, it looks like there's so much more of a platform there in the Aston. And it's not only that, it's how the design plays into other parts of the car, right? Like you could make up or lose downforce in other areas, which affects the probably the longer
Yeah.
the side pod there, the more downforce you're generating throughout the length of the car, right? But if your car can generate downforce in other areas, you might not need to go as far as long. So it's just like fascinating.
Yeah, it's also pretty funny to think because they were designing these cars like halfway through last season.
Right.
So you maybe make a move here, Yuki.
Goes from seventh down to third.
Should have it here on the straight.
You would think he's got to flip his DRS
That's on
over.
Alonso, I think. Yeah, sends it on the inside.
Let's see
And
if
I
he's
don't
gonna
think
make the move.
Alonso's going to even be able to defend. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Yuki's on softs. There's no chance.
Yep, yep. Yuki just
Like,
makes the pass through.
maybe he does. Maybe he tries it going back here, but I really doubt it.
And Alpha
Yeah, I
now
don't even
has
think.
2 in the top 10, so double points right now for Alpha Tauri. Haas still running in 7th. K-Mag there with a 6-second lead over Pierre Gasly.
Yeah, I think AlphaTauri is going to find themselves in this really like odd position of always being like 7 through 10
7 through 10.
because the Ferraris now are faster, right? They
Yeah.
they at a certain point were beating the Ferraris last year, or
Mhm.
actually competitive against them, right? So now it's just like pushes them down a little more. And granted, like Russell and all of them are all not going to finish every single race, so they'll move up, blah blah blah, whatever happens. But it, I feel like their battle is now like 7 through 10. Like that's where they always want to be. Like it's going to be really hard to break the Mercedes, the Red Bull, and the Ferrari. To be quite honest with you, all three of them seem like they're on a stratosphere of their own, but then Mercedes isn't even on the stratosphere of the Ferrari and the Red Bull yet. So it's
Mercedes now taking the place of last year's Ferrari
of
that just followed
yeah,
each other around.
kind of following each other. They're in this own sort of like this is our pace and nobody is really around it type deal.
Yeah, trying to figure stuff out for later in the season, perhaps. As we've got now 16 laps to go, probably in a pit window here within the next 7 to 8 laps to see if they will get a final set of tires. The leaders are well clear. They could pit if they wanted to and not really have to worry about that. And I do think actually that they will pit at least one more time, and then you will see Verstappen
I
go
think
flat out on the
so.
outlap to try to make
I
it up.
don't think they can make it to the end on this.
We're going to see some sparks here on a final
Like,
push by Verstappen.
like maybe they make it to the end, but I think they have to pit all of them again.
Let's see, the 137.
Well, it depends though, because you'd have to be losing like 2 seconds a lap.
Sainz at 136.7 right now. Verstappen 137.2. So Sainz even there a half second. So the Ferrari have pace. The Mercedes, on the other hand, are closer to 138. Although George Russell actually putting in a faster lap by about 1.3 tenths last go around rather.
I like the updates to the graphics they did this
Yeah,
season.
they
It's
did.
nice.
It's a good job.
Looks clean. And this may be kind of weird, but are those Aramco signs right there? Are those actually like boards or is it just for TV?
Aramco?
Yeah, well, I'll point it out in the next.
Okay.
I'm just curious, like, if it's
You don't know if they're real or not.
if they're real or not. Yeah,
Oh.
because they're literally on the straight. Like, what if you like spun out and ran into it? I feel like it'd be no. It's actually a board. Okay, all right. It's probably made out of like paper mache or something.
If it's on.
See, there's boards on the actual like track. The DRS ones and the braking zones are different, but there's like advertisements that are actually on the track,
real.
right?
Those are real. They're just like, those like,
And made out of paper, probably.
Yeah, you stick them down with two metal things or whatever, and like, you just plant them there. Yeah.
I'm just yeah. I was like, I guess it's just
Oh
made
yeah,
out of paper.
if you hit one, I mean, it's going flying. Like,
Yeah, I was just wondering for safety reasons or whatever. Like, oh, that guy just hurt the heck out of his hand.
Oh,
See, the chrome thing is actually kind of cool on the wheels. Unfortunately, they're not going fast.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they're not going fast because they're Google. It's a shame.
It's really sad too because I really thought they were going to be good this year.
You would have hoped, right?
I really did. There was no indication to me that they were going to go backwards.
It's not even going backwards. They're going in full out reverse. Like.
Look, Leclerc saying that they have less degradation than Verstappen. I don't know how you tell that, but
I see that. So Verstappen is in the pits, 43. So he's gone 12
yeah,
laps.
Verstappen's in pit. He's going to pit.
He's gone for a mediums. But he's got to go 16 laps, which is what he did on the last set of mediums.
Tough.
Interesting. Curious if they'll pit him now.
They do.
For a new
That was
set of
quick.
mediums. That was quick. This one is a good one.
2.6. That was actually a good one. Perez also pits. Interesting.
Yeah, so both Red
Everybody in Ferrari scratching their heads. What do we do?
So now they have to go 13 laps till the end. Well, so they almost split the difference by about 1 lap, and they're going to give the slightly longer on this final set of tires here. They're going to, because Ferrari does need, they have less deg, but I don't think that they can go the whole way. Leclerc pitted at 31.
He's on mediums? No, he's on softs. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. I was like,
yeah, Verstappen's on softs.
Put him on softs.
Leclerc pitted at 31 with mediums.
Verstappen radio. What? I'm literally inaudible.
Yeah, I thought he said something about being very hungry.
I can't tell if he was being sarcastic or I have no idea what I have no idea what he was saying.
Curious.
So I mean, this is so I got to give credit to the Red Bull pit wall. I feel like this is something Mercedes would have done to them, in the sense of like pitting both Hammy and like Bottas last year, and then now you got to react. Do you make the right decision or not?
Exactly.
Verstappen radio. Fuck. Oh, sorry. Max's car is messed up.
Oh, that might be an issue. So, because Sainz just pitted and that was
so
clean at 2.5.
that means
So curious. That's well, but Verstappen just put
He's
in a
gonna
purple
have to
first sector.
repit.
But he just put in a purple first sector. I don't understand what he's up to right now.
He seems to be going kind of fast, right?
He is going fast. I don't have a.
I'm watching him on the map and his times are,
So
he
Science is
just dropped a
gone.
41.4 on S sector 2. How is he complaining?
I don't know. I don't know.
Or is he just doing it to troll?
I,
I mean, honestly, both of the things he said, you couldn't understand anything what he said
no,
both
no,
of
no.
the
You
time. It
couldn't
was pretty much
understand.
impossible to understand what he was saying. Yeah,
Although
he just dropped in the fastest lap of the race. Oh my God, Yuki's car's on fire. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
oh my God.
Holy Jesus. Get out of the car.
Oh, it's Pierre.
Oh my God.
Holy moly, we
Holy
got a car on.
Jesus.
Literally, the car is on fire.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank God he got out quickly. Of course, dude. Pierre always gets just screwed, man.
Oof, that
Every
is
time, every
so
year.
rough.
It's so unfortunate for him. Respect to his helmet, by the way.
Yeah.
I would not touch that car.
Oof. Wow, that is a bit of a. This is
Oh,
definitely a
now
story.
Leclerc boxes on the pit. So he's good. That's kind of right.
But he's still out of order. If he gives up his order,
What do you mean?
well,
Oh,
he's still gonna give up his spot, right?
oh, he needs the tires for the restart, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But also this isn't terrible for Max because he needs to figure out what's wrong with the car, right?
Yeah, well, it's still unclear what is like.
So it's unclear what they're saying it's the power steering. Horner was saying is it happens when you turn right and left. So what's going on? Does something like legit explode? Look, the car, the wheel turns off
Everything turns off. Yeah.
and then he sees smoke and he's like, holy shit. Dude, that's actually very interesting that I didn't think about this. If you do have a fire in these cars, it's like you have a battery in it, right?
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah, yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah, there's a so the fuel.
Well, yeah, the fuel too, but the battery is really hard to fix, like to put out if it catches fire, right? It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a whole rework for AlphaTauri this weekend.
So the gap between Verstappen and Leclerc now is 12 seconds.
Verstappen radio. Why wouldn't he just pit on this on the safety car to check the car?
You probably could, yeah. You probably could. I mean, this gap to Science is 22 seconds.
Oh, look, all the cars are going to unlap themselves.
Oh, yes, they unlapped themselves. Well,
in the first race.
The green lights on the safety car for the cars down a lap.
Toto and Lewis are probably looking at this like, you gotta be kidding me.
That's a curious one.
Max pit. That's kind of slow.
It's Magnussen pit, not Max. I mean, you can't really pitch yourself.
Did they get rid of the car?
They're gonna have to haul
Does
it away.
anybody want to touch it? That's crazy that the car just like legit. Verstappen. He basically told
Oh.
Max it's your problem to deal with.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, for this, I'm gonna quick
You
restroom.
can't. You can't pit and have a shot at this. There's no way. You basically.
No, you might as well just throw it. Like
Yeah.
throw it in the towel. Cause how the split time, like he can still make it to the end.
Yeah. Although I'm curious as to why the other cars haven't come closer, right?
This is what he's saying about the car. So so this is a weird thing. Can Ferrari actually communicate with him? I don't think they can anymore.
Communicate with who? The safety car?
The safety car.
Well, so you can't communicate.
Like you can't
to the,
communicate with race control anymore,
race control.
right?
Right.
So isn't that the same thing though?
Or at least it's one-way communication.
Right? I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, I wonder if that communication is still allowed, or it's just specifically to like deciding. I forgot exact.
You know what? This feels like a W here. Max is they're gonna restart this thing, and Max.
Yeah,
is
except
gonna
Charles.
Go, oh
Except
my
I kind of
God.
I like Charles more than Lewis. So
This could be a nightmare. This could be a disaster into turn one.
it's a Ferrari sandwich. It's yeah. Yeah, they're saying it's not a big deal to move the car, but I don't think anybody wants to touch that thing.
Well, then they should just red flag the race.
And stop. Yeah, I don't disagree.
If they're not gonna get this car out of the way, they should red flag and then.
But then everybody changes tires on the red flag.
Yeah.
It's just a weird.
So.
It's crazy how his steering wheel just turns off.
I wonder if his radio turned off too.
That's crazy. He's like, get me out of here. Yeah, I was gonna say this place looks very familiar. That this is where Grosjean went through the wall. And somehow survived.
Was it Bahrain?
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was. Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was. Grosjean crash. Yeah, it was Bahrain.
Okay.
Yeah, they're slowly.
Yeah, it's a little scary. Incident
What
there.
was the problem? Yeah, once they get this thing out of the way, so. Well, this should be pretty interesting. A full restart here. We have. Oh, this is great, man. I love seeing both Haas's are in the points right now.
They are. They are.
It's
You're
crazy.
Right. Schumacher
That is
in
crazy.
10. Actually, look who's snuck his
Verstappen?
way back into the.
Nah, that's gonna be a problem. I'm sorry, what are you saying?
Bottas is now up into 8th.
Yeah, he
He's
may be
snuck
able
in
to.
there.
I mean, he had an awful start. Remember when he was like literally
Yeah.
in 14th?
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Lapped cars.
Laps cars now may overtake the safety car. Oh, the troll is next level. Oh, Mick hasn't done the extra stop. That's
Okay.
why he's on there.
Well,
I guess Gunther's just like, let's send it.
Gunther's gonna go for it.
I mean, he's only got 7 laps. It's not terrible. Max again, probably complaining. I don't know what that means.
Obviously, you know the
Obviously, you know the
situation.
situation.
We have
What
8
is
laps
that?
to go. Just
That's
go.
That's basically saying like, hey, by the way, if you quit tomorrow, like if you don't do this, I'm gonna fire you anyway. Like, no, it's not.
No. You're only gonna have 7 laps. Like,
Hey,
just,
if you don't do this, then you basically lose so many X amount of points that we're in a bad spot.
yeah.
So finish the race, Max.
Stop. Just don't complain.
Classic corner. So they'll have 6. It'll be really so. So Yuki and Alonso are all gonna have a field day on Schumacher, I'm guessing. Depending what he can do, right? Magnussen's got the. I'll be interested to see if Magnussen could take a run at Russell.
Actually, yeah. All right.
That's
so
awesome. I'm pulling for Haas here.
This is the final lap for the safety car. And
Yeah, this is hype. This is great. This is a good end to the race.
We're gonna restart the race. And
Sorry,
we're gonna have
Gasly.
a sprint. We're gonna have a sprint to the finish. Actually, there's only 18 cars left on the grid.
No, it's the person at the bottom always gets removed when they put like a graphic at the top.
Oh, okay.
They're forgotten about.
They're forgotten about.
Unimportant. Look at the arrow on this Mercedes. Must be so much fun. It actually must be pretty. I feel like they drive around the track pretty fast. I feel like you can't just be like, yeah, I'm going to be the safety car driver.
Okay, this should be it.
Should be good. This is crazy. The storylines are out of this world at this point. There's so many different things.
Mercedes
Does Ferrari does Ferrari hold its crown? Are they back? I think we can fully say Ferrari is back.
Yeah, here we go. We're gonna.
They don't even need to win. They just need to be competitive at their back, right? Like,
yeah, and the safety car is off, and
let's see if Max can drive.
Are going to go back to racing here as Leclerc is going to control this.
God, he is wicking that steering wheel around. Let's see if his workouts pay off.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. No DRS. So the only thing that they have on this is overtake.
Okay.
This looks exactly.
And here we go. Wow, nice. What a move. What a pickup by Leclerc, actually. Woo,
wow, Max just got roasted, and Sainz is gonna get him. Verstappen here on the inside. I think he's gonna be able to hold off Sainz very well here. Oh, and then, but remember, there's still no DRS, so he's just got slipstream to work here. I don't think Sainz is gonna be able to make the move.
Thought about it though.
Magnussen is close. Schumacher's holding right now, which is not. Tsunoda passes him now, right as I say that.
And that is actually the only pass. The top 10 otherwise intact.
All staying the same. Max is in trouble. It may be a Ferrari 1-2 here if he is able to maintain the DRS.
Yeah, because Verstappen is.
I don't think he can really drive the car.
1.4.
And Checo's not getting close to Sainz either. So, oh, the Haas making a move there. Or no, keep it not making a move, but he stays. No, Mick's not able to hold it.
No. All right, what's going to happen here?
Guangzhou, I think, is going to get him.
Comes up because Leclerc just threw down the fastest lap at a 1:34.5. And so Verstappen has his work cut out for him. He does not have DRS, but Sainz behind him will.
Checo dropped it.
Might be a little ahead. Actually, the DRS takes a few laps to enable, doesn't it? It takes like 3.
He makes the move on Mick. Mick gonna take the inside line. Wow, actually doing pretty well, Mick.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah. Schumacher gets it.
I love this battle with Mick and Joe right here. This is great. Really nice move. It's covering. Mick's covering extremely well.
I'm actually looking at Hamilton probably to make a move on Perez.
On Perez within on DRS too.
Yeah, Sainz is at about
Sainz
0.8.
needs to, yeah, that's what they're saying. Sainz needs to keep this in, and they may be able to pull a Ferrari one too. Trying to see if anybody else is in trouble. Mag's not going to get Russell. I think they're just gonna.
Nope.
Oh.
No, it really is.
The only thing, the only really thing is the signs here
the
on
second and
possible and
third.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
So DRS should be enabled
5 laps to
now.
go.
Or I guess the next one. Yeah.
Yep, there's the DRS
He's
line.
just out of it though.
Is he? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's like literally just out of it. Like just out of it. No.
Perez is trying to move.
Perez is in
up.
trouble. Yeah, I think Verstappen kind of pushed. They must have told him like you need to push, I guess, here and try to. And this is when Zhou Guan Yu here, which is pretty cool because Mick is right next to him here, and this is when they're passing.
Yeah, but you can't even see the car.
I guess you can't even see. They didn't even let it go.
Well, no, you actually like literally can't see.
I guess you can't see each other. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's hard to see. It's so unfortunate. Damn. I wish he was on a fresh set of tires so he could have at least tried to like battle a little more there.
Yeah.
But also, to be quite honest with you, if it looks like Mick is going to finish in 13th, it's really not that bad.
It's not
I
bad.
think you actually, I think you actually have to be pretty happy with that. Like that's from finishing 19th and 20th. I mean, I'll take it, right? Like it looks positive at least. Yeah, so it seems Max has a steering issue where he's losing time, but Sainz actually isn't able to get close to him.
He's about 0.9
Sainz
right
missed
now.
it. Sainz missed it on the first one. He may get it now, though.
Yeah, he's gonna have it now. Well, he's got 3 laps.
Yeah, now Sainz is going to be able to make the push. This is where Max struggles, is in the middle part.
Yep, he's got DRS activated. Wow, he's got Carlos Sainz breathing out his neck for the next 3 laps. I don't know.
He's got to be able to hold it off. I don't. I think it's going to be very difficult.
Ferrari.
And I also think if you're smart, if you're Max here, you just kind of let it Garrett just take third.
Oh! Now there's perhaps a reliability issue with the battery, as Sainz is going to look to make his move.
Yeah, there's no way.
Wow,
yeah, I mean,
Sainz with the move.
Great move there, and Ferrari should be able to take this 1-2 here. Yeah. His car is just breaking.
Yeah. Wow. A nightmare. He's going to have to pit. Oh my God, what a story here on the first race of the season.
And what did we say about Lewis Hamilton making his way onto the podium?
Maybe.
He may actually be able to get it if Perez isn't able to hold on here.
He is, Max is out.
Perez is going to have to hold this one.
A disaster for Red Bull here.
Well, can we watch the race? I don't care about Max getting out of the car. Well, come on.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the battle for the podium. I want to see it. So that's actually pretty interesting. Both of the powertrains, the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull, don't make it to the end.
They don't. Well, one explodes.
Well, one basically exploded. This one, I mean, granted, we don't know if it's the same exact problem, but I mean, it is like a statistic. Two of the same engines did not make it to the end of the car, right?
Yeah, and you're right here. Hamilton is gonna.
And wow, Perez is losing power as well.
Wow.
So yeah, both powertrains didn't make it 56 laps. They only made it 50.
They have 2 laps to go here. Yeah, Lewis, blood in the water.
This is tough. This is gonna be really hard for Checo.
This is gonna be really hard for Checo. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
mean, I think Lewis is gonna be able to pounce on this and be able to get it.
maybe, could be. Like I said, somehow he's just like gonna wind up on the. I thought it was like win the race, but anyway, podium still works.
Yeah, podium. Yeah, that's fair.
Wow. Okay, because the Ferrari are away. This looks like a 1-2 unless something disastrous
Something
happens.
crazy happens, which I don't think it will. It's going to be very close here.
It is, and we're gonna be
He's
here
within
on the final lap.
Yeah, he's still within range. He should have it on the straight. Yeah, he should have it.
What have we got?
0.9, 0.8.
Final lap.
Yeah,
here.
he's got DRS on the final one. So
All right.
it's all up to Checo. If he can hold off these 2 DRS zones, he should be good. Checo going in the middle, trying to cover Hamilton. That's incredible
like
speed bump there. He
looks
covers
like
here on this one. I think Hamilton's going to try to maintain the space. Oh, and he spun out.
Oh! Did he hit?
No, Checo just straight spun out the car.
No way.
And he's not going to be able to get the car restarted.
Oh my goodness, and we have a disaster here for Red Bull in the first
and
race.
It
has
yeah,
gone
Red
all
Bull disaster.
wrong in the last 3 laps.
What happened? What?
A lockup from the engine?
Wait, what? Well, the thing typically when that happens, right? You're watching and you're listening for the engine to like the driver
rev back up.
to rev and like lose it, and nothing happened. Right?
Wow.
Like it just kind of like he just spun out and that was it.
It has gone all wrong for Red Bull in the last 4 or 3 laps here of the race. Wow, what a disaster.
And Kevin Mag's going to get a 5th, dude.
And Schumacher's
awesome.
just going to end just outside of the
he's
points.
just outside of the points. But
Joe,
his first
however,
race in here, Charles Leclerc is going to take the first race here in Bahrain. And he's going to weave around. That's awesome. Congratulations to the Ferrari. And then Sainz is going to take second here as well. It's going to be a 1-2 Mercedes, limiting damage control in the sense of the championship, but they actually don't limit much. So they come 3 and 4, and Red Bull are the biggest losers of the opening race in
a disaster. F1. Forza Ferrari. Wow.
There you go. Ferrari at the top. This is great. This is going to be a crazy season. Magnussen taking 5th, Bottas 6th, Ocon 7th. You got a Tsunoda in 8th, Alonso 9th, and on his debut, Guan Yu Zhou is going to score points. That's incredible.
Wow.
That's beautiful for him. That's an awesome, and Ferrari, it is, man. It's nice. It is good for the sport when Ferrari is winning.
It is.
Yeah, Spencer, it looks like 2017. Yeah, it does at the top.
But you're right. The new Red Bull engines, 3 cars out of the race.
Thank you, Spencer, for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, the Red Bull powertrain may have been one of the quicker ones, but it was not reliable and it didn't
Not
make it to the end of the race.
reliable.
Yep. Sei un grande.
Mode slow.
There's Mattia in Italian. And I
È
love
un
it.
campione veramente. That is wow.
I would
I
say
love it. I love
it is
this.
kind of weird. Sainz is kind of off the pace from Leclerc. Quite a decent
it
amount
does
too.
seem that way, right?
Right?
Although the final lap they were neck and neck, 136.3, 136.2.
Yeah, listening to Carlos's interview last week or on quali, it seemed like he still didn't understand how to drive the car, but Charles didn't either.
You know
So
what?
I think they're both figuring it out. But I mean, hell, they haven't figured out how to drive the car, and they're coming 1-2. I guess the engine's doing pretty well.
It's funny that last year we kept complaining the Ferraris were just
All
following
close to each other.
Yeah, they were just all right, and now they're following close to each other in 6th and 7th. Well, today they follow each other for a 1-2 finish onto the podium to start the 2022 season in Bahrain. Fantastic start for Ferrari. This is exciting.
Yeah, this is. I'm just pumped for the season at this point. I think this would be great. To be honest with you, Red Bull not even finishing here makes it all kind of even more exciting.
Wow.
Because it makes them have to scrap back, and now they are down, right? I think it's very pretty interesting.
What a win for Mercedes, I would have to say, that they put Lewis Hamilton on the podium, and then that their biggest rival doesn't score any points. 0.
Which is in terms of also, I'm pretty sure this season is slower or shorter, right? It's only 22 races.
I think so, 22.
Right? So it's slightly less. So every race is even more important. Granted, over the course of a season, I bet you a Ferrari is going to crash. A Mercedes is going to crash. Someone's going to run into somebody. One car is going to break 100%. It's kind of the things that happen throughout the entire season.
Right.
For Red Bull, it just happened to be today, right? Where they just didn't get across the line. But we've seen it throughout the season where one crazy or weird DNF will always happen to somebody across the line. If you make it through the whole season, never DNFing, I mean, you pretty much win, right?
Yeah.
But even last season, like Lewis and Max both didn't finish at least a few of the races, right? Separately too. So it evens out over it's kind of panic mode, yes, a little bit with the actual engine of the Red Bulls, but it's not sort of the end of the world because eventually over time it evens out, in my opinion. But
what's even more panic for me though from the Red Bulls is that you have the pit wall telling the drivers that there's nothing wrong.
No, nothing wrong, which means nothing on the computer is actually telling them there's an issue, and then it dies.
Exactly. So you have no telemetry or no data
so you have
to suggest where the problem could be. Like you're literally gonna have to take the car apart and be like and start looking piece by piece because
I don't know if you stress test the engine for what, like 200 laps and try to see where it breaks. I don't know.
Well, it's just weird that the drivers would be reporting something and literally the pit wall has no clue how to help them.
Max was obviously not happy, and Lewis does the same thing when there's a problem with the car. So I mean, we have to be fair. Like both of them get heated. And I roast Max for it, and we roast Lewis for it. So it's fair. But when a driver is saying that, like to them, they feel hopeless.
But you literally saw it play out on the track, right?
Yeah, he's telling you that the thing's dying.
Well, but the Perez one is even worse.
Worse, yeah.
Because one
actually, wait. We have to start at the beginning though. The Gasly one is really bad.
Where
the engine just turns off and he misses and it catches fire.
Well, the battery explodes effectively.
Then Max's car literally just basically just stops, right? Like he lost all power.
Steering goes. So there's presumably maybe some hydraulic.
Or he had no battery in his car.
Yeah, and then he says
what he was saying.
Goes.
Yeah,
and
which is
Perez
why he
also
eventually
starts
slowed
complaining
down
about the battery. And then he says the engine locks up, and then just leaves him hanging.
So there's something wrong between the engine, there's something wrong, right? That they have to figure out. And
also the other thing to keep in mind is that Honda is no longer making the engines, right? Honda gave all the IP over to Red Bull, and now it's Red Bull powertrains. So the people making the engine are different this year. So while they never had an
their own
issue,
factory kind of deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They never had an issue with any of the Honda engines. Incredibly reliable. The Japanese are fantastic when it comes to this sort of thing. But now that this seems to be rearing its ugly head again. So, but yes, Charles Leclerc, a fantastic. I mean, he had the fastest car.
Yep.
And he took it. Yeah, he performed, right? So
yeah,
like,
100%.
Fantastic day for Charles and Ferrari. Like you got to tip your hat to these guys because, not only did they have the best car, but they drove it the best.
So. And they didn't do any classic Ferrari things.
Oh man.
They did the classic Ferrari thing of winning, which is great. Which is nice to see. But yeah, I mean, throughout the whole sport, the biggest winners here, besides Ferrari, is Mercedes. Because Mercedes is sitting here looking, we do not understand how to drive this car, how to make the car, how fast the car is, and they find themselves 3-4.
On the podium.
And second in the points.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It is kind of the biggest W you could probably walk away. Toto and them are like, this is the best damage control that possibly could have ever happened for us. And we'll try to figure this out as the season moves on, which they will. Don't get me wrong. They will. They will figure it out. So it'll be pretty interesting to see. This is awesome. I'm so happy this is back, and it's so like, I mean, anything can happen. Like a Haas came in 5th today.
A Haas came in 5th, and Alpha
and
came
almost
in 6th.
Yeah, like, and almost Mick came in 10th. Like a Haas almost scored double points today. Like, like Alpine did that today too, right? Like it's just, I think it's so cool.
Yep, yeah,
it's absolutely awesome. Too. It's also we should Guang Yu Zhou as a shout out. Your first race ever in F1, you finished in the points. I know your car's fast, but that's respect. That's good. He's not a Mazepin type person, I guess, that doesn't really know how to drive when he came into Formula One. He actually knows what he's doing in the car, and it's pretty great. It's really great to see.
He kept it on track.
Yeah,
kept it clean.
Kept it on track. Drove the car clean. There were a few battles that he had good too. He had a few good battles too, which were fantastic. And he didn't put the car in a position where it was uncomfortable. Like he did I don't know how you can be upset about that. Albon finishing in 13th is not too bad.
It's kind of where he was hovering the entire
and then afternoon. I guess it's a fail for the McLarens. We'll move on to the next week. But you know what's funny? Red Bull and McLaren are tied.
Red Bull and McLaren are tied. Wow, I suppose Red Bull, McLaren can now be like, hey, we're fighting Red Bull for that number 3 right now.
The first points. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Well, there you go.
And yeah, all right. Well, folks, I will leave up the stream for the rest of the interviews, but this was fantastic. And I think the stream will be up and running in 6 hours.
4.
5, 4? For the
4 hours and 15 minutes.
It's a 5. Yeah, 4 hours and 15 minutes for the Duke game.
For the Duke game.
So we'll catch you all then.
All right. See you in 4 hours.
Until then, the next F1 race is
next week. It's 10 o'clock my time.
All right, there we go.
There you
Sounds good. Take care, everybody. Have a blessed Sunday.
See ya.